What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sports with Mickey. Once again, I'm your host, Mickey. And today, we are not just talking sports. We are going to talk about the sweet science, Today's guest, he's responsible for the boxing ring. He's responsible for, he's a mentor, a coach, and a promoter. Mr. AC Boxing himself, Imms Immanuel Moses. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Mickey?
I'm fine. You're always, every time I try to get him on this show, he's never in the country. Where are you? Like, where is your home? Where are you most of the time?
It's between Namibia and Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
That's their home of boxing, so that's why I go there a lot, just to get more information about the sport.
How did you get, this is a very cliche question, but how did you get into boxing? Were you like a troubled child in school or?
No. Do you know that I never boxed in my life, right?
Yeah, I know, but how did you get to be a trainer? There's a saying that says those who can't.
No, the thing is, I think boxing is more in the DNA. You see, of Hitman, my brother.
Hitman is your brother?
Yeah. It's a former world champion.
Same mother?
Same mother, same father.
Wow, okay.
So we Demba anyway, by the way.
Uh-huh.
So you see, I actually started getting more interested in boxing when I was in Ludres.
Mm-hmm.
So in Ludres, they have a boxing academy, but there wasn't really like people who are more interested. So we started training, and then I was a coach at the same time, and then we also happened to be an official. Sometimes you are a referee judge. And then, so because I have more information about the sport, then I started also taking part in the regional, like there was the one particular time I was a team manager for Karas. So every year there's always a national championship. Even now there's a national championship that's taking place in Keetmans in Karas region, where all the 13 regions come together. That's now when the federation want to select a national team that represent Namibia. So that's how I actually happened to come to Windhoek, because that was my first time to come to Windhoek.
Yeah.
From Ludres, because when I went to Ludres, I went to Ludres via Swakopmund and Walvis.
This one is Seda.
I have a cousin that used to work in the sea, so now it was a long story for me to get to Walvis, because to Ludres, because my cousin was actually moving to Ludres with a boat, and then
you went with a boat,
and I was not registered to be in that. You see, so that's why when I went to Ludres, I didn't know Keetmans, Marindal. Only when I came,
when you were coming
the
back,
national championship, yes, then I came to Windhoek. Okay, by then Hitman was already a boxer. I think that was around 2000. So I came here 2021, and then we went back. So that's how I get into boxing. So now when I came for the national championship, I never go back. Then that was the time when I went to VTC, and then I was living with my brother in Shandubala. So I used to go to the gym at Nesta's gym. Even though by then I already know Nesta, because Nesta is from Tsumeb.
I have a funny story, guys, about Nesta, but yeah, go on.
That's how I actually got into boxing. And then when I was now in Windhoek, me going to the gym at the Sunshine Boxing.
Yeah.
So I've been going there every day. So we were training as a fighter. But my aim, I was never interested.
Did you fight?
No, I do spar. I spar in the gym.
Like
I fought a lot of guys in the gym.
Oh, okay.
So because my aim was actually I wanted to feel the taste and the smell of the blood, before I become a coach.
Sounds so dangerous.
No, it's not.
Smell
boxing
blood.
Boxing is good. Boxing is actually, it's more discipline. It also teach you how to take a loss. Sometimes you think you're strong until you get in with somebody who have more, because it's more here than muscles. So now there, I actually developed more interesting in the sport. And then with me, I'm always somebody who is ahead of whatever I do. I'm always ahead. I get more information before I have them. So, and then I start looking at why all the coaches are old.
Okay.
So that
is this like shade or?
No, it's not shade.
Oh, okay.
Because that was a belief.
I like drama on here. You should have
No,
said
that
yes.
was like a belief that everybody only become a coach when they retired.
Ah, you mean like
you understand?
That? Yeah.
So, and that's why you find people always become coaches when they don't even really have much time.
Yeah.
You can go in the history. All the coaches, I was the youngest coach.
True. Yeah.
So now, and then I also read a lot of books that says all the former athletes, whenever they want to train people, they want to train them the way they used to train.
Yeah.
You see? And then also, they also develop that thing that...
And there's no modernizing, there's no learning.
So now with me, I was not really interested in becoming a boxer. I was interested learning from you, from her, from him. So I combine styles.
The team.
Yes, I combine styles from all the boxers and make it one. Now that make the difference between a former boxer or a former soccer player. So they always want people to play like them, box like them. If you have a very good right hand, he think that is the one. You understand?
Who was your first, I want to know who was your first professional boxer and what was the first fight you lost?
I've never fought.
No, like as a trainer.
Or as a trainer?
Yeah, like...
No, I can't really say who was. Okay, you remember I worked with Nesta for so many years now.
Yeah, that's how I met Imms, by the way. He was working with Nesta and I don't want to say what I was.
Now that time, you see, I was assisting Nesta. I was an assistant coach, and then the fact that I was more interested even in development. I used to go to different gym like the Nampo. I work with Coach Kennedy. So, and then I end up being an assistant coach for the national team. You see, remember like when the national team went to Commonwealth Games, went to All African Games in Algeria. So I was the coach, I was an assistant coach. And to me, I was just taking advantage, you see, because sometimes the national team is going to play they're going to fight in Botswana by road. The bus is big.
Yeah.
So I always have my own money because I used to work at Spare. I was a waitress.
Yeah.
You remember we used to work at Spare, so most of my friends, they were
Not
working.
way, please.
No, I can mention names if you want. So now, you see, those tips, I always have money. So we go with the government bus. I've got my pocket money. Maybe I have like 1,500. So I can always go. And then experience, that's where I actually gain my experience. So, and then later now, even the federation also starts seeing that, no, this guy is very serious. He's very interested in the sport. And I also start doing courses. Yeah. Because there used to be courses under IBA International that are free. So I did those online coaches just to get paper so that if you say I'm a coach, I've got paper. And then, you see, boxing becomes so good. Then I remember, I think it was 2013. I was doing some research, man. See, so what I did is I get in touch with a guy called Dijuan from Las Vegas. He's a cousin of Floyd Mayweather. Then I start contacting them. I said, no, I want to come to the state because I'm actually a coach. I just want to learn to see how the Americans do it. How do you guys train and stuff like that? Then it linked me with Floyd's father. And then that was actually the time.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the time now people, everybody was like us upcoming boys, we were like more being introduced into registering our companies, that BIPA. So I went to register a company and then we were now tendering. You see, that time there was no this procurement. Then it was just quotations,
Yeah.
So there was a time when I got some money. I was really having good money. So I even bought a car by then. So then I actually booked my flight to Vegas. So I booked to go to Vegas for a month. And then there was a convention of World Boxing that was in Orlando, Florida. So before that, then I went to apply for my visa. So I got an invitation. I have a friend of mine that was an official. So I asked them, can they send me a invitation letter so I can apply for the visa?
Yeah.
So I went, I got my USA visa for 5 years. And then that year I was flying to the state on my own, alone. So I booked my flight.
Vambo in New York. Wait, is Vambo in Las Vegas?
So I flew to Vegas. I booked at the hotel. Las Vegas have a lot of casinos.
Yeah.
So where I booked, actually, it was like window face of Las Vegas. And then the gym of Floyd.
Like in the center.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit outside the strip. So the gym of Floyd was like in Northern Industry because it's in Chinatown.
Yeah.
There's a Chinatown in Vegas. So that area, that's where there's an industrial area.
There's Chinatowns everywhere.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
So now when I went there, then I went now to the gym. So the guy said, no, the gym is opening at 9 a.m. So I got there to the gym. There was nobody. I waited. And then the guys came. Then I introduced myself. My name is Imms. I'm from Namibia. Then I'm looking for the cousin of Floyd. Then they came. Then introduced me to Floyd's father. And then Floyd's father said, oh, where you from? I'm from Africa. Oh, then he said, oh, you my African connection. So now they start calling me AC. That's where AC came from. See?
That's where AC comes from. African connection.
Yeah, so you know Americans, they don't like to call
You
people
heard
their
it
full
here
name.
first
See?
on Sports with Mickey.
So they say AC, oh, you my African connection. So now there was another old man that was in the gym. That guy was actually responsible to drive me to my hotel.
He was your driver.
Yeah, so he have a car, and every time when we finished, he take me there. Now when they took me there, they said, hey man, how did you book this here? So it's so far.
Yeah.
And then these guys, they said, no, okay, I must cancel my accommodation there.
To go and stay closer to the gym.
Because that was the time, I think there was some trail, or it was Olympic, something somewhere in I think it's in Brazil, because Floyd was in there by then. So now they have access to Bellagio Hotel in Vegas. I saw it only in movies before. So they got me a room there to stay there.
At the boxing?
No, at the Bellagio Hotel.
Yeah.
So now I paid like 15,000 for 30 days.
US dollars?
No, Namibian dollars.
Oh, okay. 30 days?
Yeah, because per night I was paying like $30 per night.
Oh, nice.
I think it was about 15,000. So I only spent 2 nights there. So now then I have to cancel the accommodation there. Then they say, okay, they're going to take, I think it was about 5% or 10%.
How long have you stayed in Vegas?
A month.
Doing boxing? Like, not in total so far for you to be here where you are now?
No, I've been going there, like I go there 3 times a year. Sometimes 4.
Like, I always feel like you stay there because every time I'm like, can you come to Sports with Mickey? You're like, no, I'm not here.
No, I go there a lot. So now when I move, actually when I cancel that accommodation, then I have to, guys, don't forget.
Thank you.
So now,
now
when they cancel the accommodation, so they moved me to Bellagio. So now, by that time, I can tell you, Mickey, do you know how much I had in my account? I had 80,000 Namibian dollars, 2013. My accommodation is paid for. That money was just for me to be there. If anything happened, I'm okay.
Nice.
So,
wow.
Now I stayed there at Bellagio. You know, Bellagio is such a big hotel. I only saw it in movies. And there
is a mafia movie that I saw that had that hotel. Yeah.
So now when I stayed there, I go to the gym every day with Floyd Senior, so I can see him training people. Then he explained to me how to groom.
So Floyd is a junior?
No, yeah, he's a junior. How to groom upcoming kids, you know, how to, because he loved training kids.
Yeah.
And he also told me how he started training his son when Floyd was young.
Yeah.
Because he trained him from the age of 5 or 3 maybe. And then when Floyd was 15, then his dad went to jail.
Oh.
So when he went to jail, then his uncle Roger Mayweather, took over. And then he turned him pro. So when Floyd Senior came out of jail after 5 years, I think Floyd was 21, he was already a world champion. So that's why he had two of his family, of his uncle. There's Roger Mayweather and Jeff. So when Floyd Senior was away, so these 2 brothers, they were assisting the nephew. So now he was now going through and telling me this whole story and how he sell drugs to save, to help his families and stuff like that. Because they are from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah.
So they moved to Vegas. So now it was really good. I met so many fighters there in Mayweather's gym. So that time he had the guys like the Badu Jack. There was Teofim, Ashley from UK. There were so many fighters that I met by then. So then in the night they take me out. We go to the casino. We go to some place. There's a place called In and Out. They sell the best burgers. So we go there. You know, Americans, they eat a lot of burgers, like big burgers, like this. So you must fix it like. So now it was really nice, man. I enjoy my stay there for a month. And then now at the end of my trip in Vegas, I have to go to Florida. So that's now from Nevada. I must fly over.
So we started with you from Lutherets. Now we're in Vegas.
Yes.
Now we're back here. Can I bring you back here real quick? Okay. Here now, you are here as a coach, as a promoter, as a mentor, right? You have a training academy at AC Boxing Academy. Tell me more about AC Boxing Academy. Is it inspired by your journey in Vegas and having met all these amazing people? Tell me, when did you establish it and what is it actually?
You see, when I came back now, I've got so much information because I remember I went to the WBO convention.
Yeah.
That's where now, remember by then we have about 5 WBO Africa. champions. Now, the convention is where the athlete being represented by agents.
Yeah.
If you don't have access to fly yourself to the convention. But also remember that when you get information from a third party, it's not the same as when you're sitting there. So for me, going to the convention there, that's actually opened my career. That's where I start being known, because Africans don't go to those things, you see.
Yeah.
So I was the only one from Africa by then at the convention.
I see. African connection.
So now remember, I stood up for Africa because I was asking questions. Because remember that I was asking, like, when the boxers are being ranked in the world, they always look down on Africans. But we do the same thing. We pay the same sanction fees. But why we are not treated the same? So actually, when I was in Florida at the convention, so that's where now there's the report from all the continental promotions. Now those supervisors, they must give a report how many title fight they sanctioned in the regions, and how much money they generated.
Yeah.
So Africa also generated a lot of money, because remember, our WBO Africa's headquarters is in Ghana.
Yeah.
So by then it was in South Africa. There used to be a guy called Andrew Small. So he was not at the convention. So there was a guy now who is the WBO international. His name is what is the guy's name? He live in Thailand. So now that guy, when they give the report, then I stand up and say, okay, because everybody was asking questions. Said, oh, my name is who? I'm from Australia. Or my name is Imms Moses. I'm from Namibia. By then, I'm just representing myself because I went there on my own. So I just want to ask, because I see when I look at the top 10 or top 15 ranking,
Africa is
Namibian
not
fighters, they defend their title maybe 4 times, but he's still at number 15. But there are guys that you can really see, I can check on their box rec, they never fought for the championship, even though maybe he's a Olympian. Why are we not getting the same treatment?
Yeah, same respect.
So, and that's really shaken them. Then they say, oh, who is this guy? And then when they look around, so I was the only one that represented Africa.
Wow.
So now that also become that the WBO president at that point, Mr. Paco, and then he introduced me to all the biggest promoters, all the matchmakers. They say, if you need a fighter from Africa, this is the guy to contact.
Okay.
Because that make life more easy than you trying to meet somebody on internet.
Yeah.
Because it can be a scammer.
Yeah.
But if you are more serious about the sport, come to the convention. If you come to the convention, everybody see that, okay,
everybody's there, and these are legit people there.
So it was really good, man. And I was so versatile, like very, very small boy.
How old were you?
I was about maybe 20 something, maybe 23, 24, man.
And this is when you came back and you started AC boxing.
Now when I came back now, and I've seen now also the facilities, the gyms that the people have, then I start asking, how much do you guys really spend to have a gym like this?
Yeah.
Then we start putting things together. The money I use for my trip, it's enough to buy equipment for the gym. So when I came back, I was so motivated. Remember, I had my Mercedes-Benz C350, nice one, proper silver one.
Cash from M&Z.
No. I have the car. I bought the car before I went there. Oh. So now when I came back, I want to open. I
remember that car.
Yes, I want to start a boxing academy here, but nobody will give you money.
So you sold the car.
Then I was hustling, Then I said, okay, let me buy. I bought myself a Suzuki from Japan.
Then I sold
the Mercedes for 200 and I think it was 280 from one of my friends that work at the mine in Swakop. So that guy paid me cash, so I spent that money.
Cash. There's people with cash, guys.
Yeah. No, he bought it with the bank.
Oh yeah.
Of course, the bank paid me. So I ordered equipment from South Africa, the boxing ring, the punning. I spent almost 180. Then I was still having change. Now I don't have a venue, a space. So I was looking for a warehouse. I got a warehouse in La France. I was paying around 12,000 a month. The kids that come to the gym, they don't pay.
Yeah, and you haven't.
So every month, I must pay. I've been there for how long? Probably for 2 years.
Sure. Are you still there?
No. Now, when I was there, so my uncle, may soul rest in peace, Uncle Akapandi. So you know that Akapandi, right?
Yeah.
So he paid for my gym for 1 year.
Wow.
You see, I was now, the stress was down. See?
Wow.
And then the boxers start joining my gym. Remember, by then, I only had one boxer. I brought one of my nephew from the north.
Who was the boxer?
Special one. Flame Nangolo. When he came to Windhoek, he was 8. So I started training him, grooming him the way the Floyd told me how to. Because he said, if you want to get somebody to the next level, make sure you're the only trainer of that boy. So he believes in you. You teach him the right thing. You move him slowly but surely. So I moved that kid and I trained him so to a point where at the age of 13 he was already competing for under 19. So, and then he was tough.
Yeah.
So I turned him pro at the age of 16. So now, as right now, he's the star that we have in the AC promotion. He's 14 fights undefeated. He's a WBO Africa champion. He's a WBA Africa champion. He's a WBC Africa champion.
Wow.
And he's ranked number 15 in the world.
Number 15.
Yes,
we
and
have
he's
a
23.
boxer, guys, number 15 in the world.
No, we have a few guys, but
No, I mean like
yes, but they are not the same age. I'm talking now the gap and
The
then
gap
how
in terms
quick
of-
we get him there. Because if you look in the state, most of those American boxers, they become world champions at 22. Our
True,
guys, because they start younger, our guys, they become world champions at 30 when they already passed their time at 32.
yeah.
I think Hitman became a champion at 27.
Yeah, he was 27.
Probably,
28.
I think Harry Simon probably also become a champion 25, 27. Indongo was over 30. You see, Ambunda was already in his 30s. So, and then they didn't have enough time,
Yeah.
you know, to keep up because it's tough. Those youngsters, they will go for you. So then that's how actually AC boxing started. And then COVID came.
Oh, COVID.
So when COVID came, we closed the gym. So we moved the gym to Shandubala. There used to be a building. There's a building there before Hakana Service,
Yeah.
a double story. So my gym was there. So we stayed there a little bit, I think a year, and then COVID got serious. So one of my boxers, Desert Storm, was fighting in New York. We went to New York for the fight. No, that was before COVID. We went to New York for the fight.
Then you came back.
No. Before we came back, he was fighting like on Saturday. So on Tuesday, we had a press conference. On Wednesday, we have another press conference before the weigh-in. And then they recorded one COVID case. One of the NBA player got tested. Then they're about to cancel the fight.
Yeah.
Then they said, no, the fight will take place, but there will be no spectators. So then another NBA player. Then we just had everybody must not leave the hotel. So the promoter made sure they said, okay, we must move from New York because they were going to lock down New York. So they flew us to Vegas. When we came in Las Vegas, the Vegas was so quiet. Everybody's scared of COVID. That was now the outbreak of COVID when it started coming. First, when we were here, it was just like a flu in China, you know. Now, when they started recording those cases, it started becoming serious now. Now, we stayed there in Vegas for 3 weeks. We couldn't travel back. So flights were being cancelled. So we are there. So later on, they got us one flight. I think it was the last flight for SAA. We flew back to Namibia. Then the gym, when we came here, so now we have to close the gym. I have to put all the equipment in the container because all the contact sports were suspended. So life was a little bit tougher. And remember that we don't have sponsor. We were just doing the thing on our own.
Yeah.
So then we continue. Later, during COVID now, boxing was taking place. Then America come up with a system because they have the facility, they have the capacity to do boxing even during COVID.
So you were with Flame Nangolo the whole time there in America?
No, here. No,
Yeah,
Flame.
you came
No, by
back.
then Flame was upcoming.
Oh.
That's now just AC in general.
The AC Academy.
Yeah. So there I took Desert Storm, and then remember later boxers
Give
like
me the current players that you are working with now. Like,
no, I have Ruan Respo.
I mean boxers. I like to say players because I'm so
boxers.
football.
You are more in football.
Boxers, yeah.
So we have special one, Flame Nangolo. We have Ruan Respel. We have Paulus Amadvira. We have Afeni Ngeshea. We have Divas Namgongo. We had Charles Shinima. We had Robert Ndarewa. So we have quite good upcoming boxers that are really good.
What is next for them? For the academy, if you have, is there an event coming up?
Yeah, so we have a WBO title defense for special one on the 2nd of May.
Here in
Roman
Namibia?
Catholic, yeah, in Namibia.
Windu Catholic Hospital? The church?
No, at the hall. They have a hall there. You can even host your wedding.
There's a hall?
Yeah.
The church hall?
No, the church is different.
Oh.
They have a venue that is being facilitated for rental. You can have anything. You can even have, even at the event, there is a bar.
Oh, I like the bar. Let's go back. Let's go back to the academy. You have had some interesting faces that you train over the weekend at your academy. I saw you also have our deputy sports minister, Mr. Dino Balotti. He was training for a very interesting day.
No, there was no fight.
No, there was no fight, but
there was just I think people they just see the picture because what happened in the parliament, but. To me, we just took a picture as friends.
Yeah, but how did you get to attract all these interesting people to your gym? So this is what takes me to my next question. When it comes to promotions and boxing, is it much easier to get the private sector involved in boxing promotions compared to sports like rugby and football?
No, I think boxing is one of the sports that doesn't really get attention in terms of sponsorship.
Is it hard to get sponsorship?
Yeah, very much. Remember, AC Boxing, ever since 2016, we never had a sponsor till this day.
Till this day.
So it's just the experience that I have, because I really know, I understand the sport. I know I'm not looking at fancy stuff. I'm looking at just making things happen. I'm looking at building the fighters' records. I'm looking at producing a world champion, whether there is a sponsorship or not, because remember that me going to the gym, all those things are on us. You see, I pay for everything that is there. So whatever money I make through my business, I invest a little that I get and put it there. So when I host events, I do boxing day and we sell table for 20,000, then we use the same money. I can get a loan from you, and then after the event, and then I can pay you off. So that's how we've been doing it. So that's why you see, even right now, I'm busy building a gym that will be probably the biggest boxing academy in Namibia.
What can private sector gain from investing in boxing?
You see, if you look, boxing is not just a sport, because the thing, I think they introduce it very wrong in the public. They look at it like a how do you call, like a violent sport, which is not. You see,
it's a mental.
So that sport is so disciplined. That sport actually, it's a therapy.
Yeah.
So if I can tell you how many female in Namibia that are interested in boxing, and how many of them that use boxing to lose weight, to stay in shape. If it's so bad, why are you using it for being in shape? You understand? Use soccer. Use another sport that is not a violent sport.
Can I use it for self-defense?
Yes.
Okay.
For discipline, for confidence. Because remember, most of the people work in those corporates. Even though when you write them letters, they say, no, our social responsibility. But when they want to get fit, they want to use boxing. You see? So it doesn't really make sense. It's a sport that we need to treat it just like any other sport, like karate, like rugby. You know, rugby is even more rough than boxing. Boxing it saves a lot of youngsters' life, because the sport, boxing is like home. You know, you never understand it. This sport is so addictive, ne? And then the moment the child starts boxing, because the science of it, it's so interesting that keep you going because you want to learn more. And in that, it also delaying you being in the street, you being just with anybody. You become more self-respect, because you know that I need to be disciplined. You get tired if you don't train. If you miss one training session, you won't do better. So now, when we get those kids out of the street, sometimes you don't even understand that these kids, where they are coming from.
Yeah.
Some of the kids, it's like you are a teacher.
Yeah,
so you
sometimes they don't
treat
even
the
have
kids
parents.
the same. See? Because you know why? There are kids that don't even eat breakfast. There are kids that only eat once. So now when you have conversation with them, so because we drop them off at their houses, then you can hear how they live. The parents that are really open, they can tell you. And I've been a father figure to many kids, buying them school uniform, buying them books, buying them food.
Yeah.
If you go to Metro, there's people that knows me. I used to go those hump there just to drop at some houses to make sure that I want this kid to stay out of the street, especially in the Mara location. I used to have few boxes there. And then now you expect the parents, when they see that there's something, they must start supporting to meet you halfway. Sometimes when I travel, then you lose contact with those kids. When you come back, so they go back again.
So the message for the day so far is that boxing is not the sport, the violent sport that people think it is. It's a sport of discipline. It is a sport that has taken a lot of children out of the streets, saved so many people's lives, as Imms mentioned. This is a very touching, when you come to such a topic, it's a very touching part for me, because this is one of the reasons I started Sports with Mickey, is really to highlight sports as a form of taking people out of the streets, as a form of promoting these kinds of initiatives like yours, that we really need to look at sports for mental health, for safe spaces. We had so many people here, people from cricket, that saying that sports is a safe space, you know. So sport is not just something to compete for money, but it could be a mental health advocate kind of thing. So Mr. Imms Immanuel AC, African Connection. You know, it's my first time finding out it stands for African Connection.
Really?
Yeah.
That also one point.
Yeah.
Remember, boxing help, especially those kids with anger issues.
Yeah.
People that's so aggressive. Now, when you put them in a boxing ring, you give them a punching bag in front of them, punch it for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
In 1 minute, the person is tired. Then you see.
I also
now, for you to survive the minutes, you need to use your brain. And then you see all those anger issues, they reduce. Because the science of sport, it's so different from any other sport. And I'm telling you, and also this is a message to the corporates and also to the government.
Yeah.
And I've seen this thing that really pain me a lot. People don't want to invest in sport. People don't want to support the athletes, but they want to award them when they win.
Yeah.
And remember, by recognizing athletes when they win, that's like a short-term thing. It's
a very short-term.
It's an event.
True.
Look at the brave gladiator that just won. These people, we need to support our development
Foundation.
You see, award them with this. It doesn't really help. It's a party. You see, because these things need to encourage more people. Now, at the end of the day, these kids, if the coaches and the team manager, those who are in the sport, they can tell you how long. You find these kids, sometimes they're struggling even to train.
Yeah.
Food they don't have. But when they win, all the corporates they run. For example, I can give Bomba and Masilingi.
Yeah.
You see?
We will even have them one day.
and you see, and you remember, we need to teach our kids and our athletes that they don't need to suffer, to struggle to do what they are doing for the country.
Yeah.
And because sometimes when you don't teach me how to handle big money, the day that I win and you give me $1 million, it might be the end of my career.
That is true. That is true.
And that's happened in many athletes that are not being groomed, because you want to do everything at the same time. You see, so they did not groom you that you are an important person in the nation. So we need actually to use you as a tool to encourage other youngsters to do sport or to do whatever they are doing, because the discipline that you need to have in sport, it also important and
to grow it over time.
That's the same discipline you need when you're in school.
Yeah.
You see, if you don't do your homework, if you don't focus in class, you never pass the exam.
Wow.
If you don't focus in the gym, you can't cheat training. You cannot say, no, today let me take 1 beer. It reduces your performance.
Yeah.
And I think if the government and our leader, especially the president, I think I love the idea of building infrastructure, but I just think we have no we have to, because this is our field.
Yes, I hear you, but
I think the good thing about it is to, if we can fix 2 or 3 that are already facilitating, we can actually do better. Because remember, we have national teams that go out there, especially with boxing. They don't have a place to train. They train at, with one punching bag, no boxing ring where they can spar. They are going for Olympic Games.
True.
You see?
But I hear you, and I am afraid we have really we have overwent our limit. But this was such a very informative conversation. It's so nice having you here. I think we should bring you back, so we touch more on boxing. We go in more detail. You should really come back. So really, really thank you so much. From the humble beginnings, from the streets of Spur, Katutura, Mr. Imms AC Moses, he has really shed some light on boxing, on being a promoter, and what it takes to be successful as a boxer, as a boxing promoter as well, and also send a message out there to the private sector and to the government as well, that we need to invest in sports, not as just a short-term thing, but more of a long-term investment foundation. We have to build on the foundation so that we can have more success like the Brave Gladiators, more success like the legends of boxing, the Harry Simon them. So thank you so much, Imms. Thank you. Shout out to Predator Energy Drink for energizing us to sit this long, guys. It can only be Predator. Thank you, Palm Hotel, for this beautiful, beautiful space. The Windhoek Palm Hotel in the heart of Windhoek. If you guys want to see me live, you'll find me here each and every day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also ask questions to Imms, because he's definitely coming back. Clearly, there is a lot he wants to say about boxing. Okay, bye.